Here we are today, we're flying out the MiG-15Bis. It was 1v7, I strafed one crashed, now it's 1v5 and I went for a landing. And we're going to be turn fighting all of these guys at once. I'm going to be showing you what to do with target prioritization and just general feel for the plane. If you actually want a review on this vehicle, I got another video on the MiG-15Bis in the top right corner, which is more inclined on the actual average experience. This is more of a freak match, but I wanted to show you this anyway. Go very aggressive here in the start on the F-84, because right now he's the only guy in the area, and the more people I can take down one-on-one, the better it will be for the carry. Shoot an S-21, just misjudge his speed, and it misses, it overshoots, and it blows up behind it. Second guy comes in. I don't want to go too slow because it makes for an easy shot, so I slightly dive into him. Don't want to go too steep because then I get too close to his guns. But by diving slightly into him, I will pick up some speed, so I can go aggressive after the F-84, and then make sure that the Uragan doesn't get a good shot on me. Start turning after this guy. Notice that the Uragan comes back, so I need to make sure that I don't go and die to him, because if I'm dead I can't carry anymore. Stay below his nose, so he has to roll over and then pitch up after me, making so he has a lot less time to shoot at me, and the F-84 comes head on. Good choice on his end. It's 1v5, you don't want to waste your advantage on a head on, even though he has 50 kills and probably an easier time aiming them at me, but this guy played it right for the most part. But in the end he's in an F-84G and I'm in a MiG-15Bis. Uragan gets on my 6, and I made it so that the Uragan is now on my 6, I'm outrunning him, and I will be able to chase the F-84 at the same time. And there comes a friend. Two more guys coming in, a Vampire as well as another F-84, and these F-84s are actually pretty annoying because they have decent acceleration, they don't turn the worst in terms of pulling lead, and they have 50 kills. And 50 kills are pretty dangerous in this thing, because of course a little bit of wing damage, a little bit of damage on the wing roots, maybe even a yellow wingtip, greatly hampers your ability to aim, and aiming this thing is already not that easy to begin with. So right now the F-84 broke off because he notices I'm chasing him, but there's also 3 guys on my 6, so if I were to chase him around, what would happen is I get killed by his 3 friends. So what do? I go in a very slight climb here, I start turning a little bit, and this way they will start closing the distance on me, they maybe get a little bit more aggressive, and this Vampire does the one thing I exactly wanted him to do, because the Vampire was actually the most annoying guy here. They're very annoying to hit if they have energy, but they start himself out, so I drop my landing flaps. At this point he's hanging from the air, I get a free kill on the Vampire, shoot his cockpit out, blow his wing off, and that's 1v4. And I still have 2 guys right on my 6, but with the energy that I have and the turn rate that this plane possesses, as well as the acceleration, I'm just gonna make it so that I'm gonna pick up a little bit of speed. I'm gonna be slightly turning into him. I want to dodge these guys both at the same time. Pretend to go head on, roll over them, dodge guy number 1, stay out of the guns of guy number 2 as well. At the top of this turn I will start dropping my flap slowly. The other F-84 is flying away, so with a little bit of luck I can kill the F-84 right here, but he keeps pulling into me. Actually a pretty bad idea, but because there's so many of them, I will now have to take this shot, because he puts himself in such a vulnerable position that I kind of have to take it. But the other guys didn't capitalize on it. I get a crit, and this guy is actually going to be flying around for a while because that crit did absolutely nothing. Here comes the Saab 105, and it's not a very good plane, but he has missiles, and going very slow makes it so that he can easily missile me as I'm stalling everyone out. So I want to be careful of that. I want to make sure that he shoots both his missiles off before I actually start doing anything. Turning inside of the F-84B here, not much of a threat. I'm just going to be diving out slightly here, trying to get up some speed, try to dodge all these guys. After this turn I should be alright. The guy that I crit almost one-shot my engine. If he had done that right there I would have actually thrown my PC into the wall, but he didn't, so now we can just reset and start all over again. I got some speed now, and I'm flying straight away from the Saab 105, I'm waiting for that missile launch, and there it is. Missile number 1. Start turning slightly. No real threat, it's an A9B. They are a big threat when you're very slow. So I'm still trying to just fly straight. I'm trying to bait this guy into launching all his missiles at me, and after he shoots his second missile, we just go back to, well, going slow again and stalling these guys out. And there comes missile number 2. So now I want to set up the stall. I just want to be climbing, I just want to bundle these guys together a little bit. So I'm going to be zigzagging left and right a little, trying to get these 4 guys as closely together as possible. And then I will start pulling them all up. And that way I don't have to worry about stalling one guy out, the other guy having 2 kilometers of distance between us, making it very easy for him to pitch up into me and shoot me down. So right now I'm just going to be out climbing everyone, seeing where everyone goes, seeing what everyone does, and then base my plan upon that. MD450 is breaking off, which is perfect for me. The Saab 105 has the most amount of energy here, or at least he will have the most amount of energy to pull up after me. So I'm kind of making this a 1v1 by pulling him up, making him outclimb his friendlies, and then we go horizontal. The F-84s have no chance pitching up into me here, and the Saab 105 is trying to dogfight me. And as we all know, I did a video on this as well, the Saab 105 is not very good in terms of maneuvering whatsoever, because at high speed it will just rip apart, and at low speed it turns into a bus. I can go for the F-84 here, but he's going somewhat straight, and he has been pretty thoughtful about his energy all game, so I think he's just gonna dive out, and then I get the Saab 105 on my 6, so I'd rather just climb up after the Saab 105. The F-84 has no chance trying to turn around here and pitch up after me. I simply misclicked, there's no reason I shot there, and the Saab 105 is trying to outclimb me, which shows that he probably doesn't know how to fight me, and even if he did, it doesn't really matter, because I'm in a MiG-15Bis and he's in the Saab 105. He's dead, and now it's 3v1. F-84 coming in for the head-on yet again. See if he wants to take it, probably not. He tried to pull in, but he couldn't, and he just happens to fly right into my guns. And that's exactly what I meant with, he can try to turn around and get a shot on me, but he couldn't even pull into the head-on, let alone try to pitch up after me as I'm straight above him. And now it's 2v1, the F-84 over there is crit, and the Barugan is basically out of fuel, and that's basically game. That's essentially all there is to it. I'm just gonna speed this up, because I'm not gonna bore you with me chasing down his F-84. Now we're within a kilometer. This guy starts rolling left and right. It doesn't really matter what he does anymore. I'm dead on his 6. He's trying to turn. He's trying to do something. I just air brake him. And there's nothing this F-84 is going to be doing. The moment I get on your 6 in this plane, especially when you're flying an F-84, there is just nothing you are going to be doing. He's dead, and now we go for the MD450. Which, all things considered, he's probably 1 out of fuel, and 2, well, it's an MD450, and I'm in a MiG-15Bis. And as you saw in the last video as well, in the MiG-15 that I did like 2 weeks ago, they're not very hard to kill, but this one was so easy to kill, I didn't even have to fire my guns. And there you have it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next video will be on the F9F Cougar in a full up tier, so look forward to that. And until then, have a nice Sunday.